Hi there, welcome back. It has been a long time since I have done a quick tutorial on my website. Things have gotten pretty busy, as I'm sure they have for you as well. But I've found this program, Rebelle 3, a while back, and I have been trying to get the time to sit and use it and learn how to use it. Finally I did, and I'm so glad that I did take the time to try it out because this program is awesome. I cannot even explain. Once you guys sit down and try it out, you're going to be amazed because the watercolor in here is so lifelike and realistic that there's no other program out there that I know of that can produce watercolor that looks this good digitally. So anyway, I wanted to give you guys a quick overview on how things look. I just want you guys to see it. I'm not going to go into a whole lot here at all. I'm sure sometime here in the near future, once I learn the entire program, I will be doing some tutorials and things like that. So anyway, to get started, we can just go to File, New, and we're going to click No. I'm not going to save this. So for the paid version, obviously for the free version, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot here. It's very limited. I don't even think you can do a 300 DPI or PPI image in the free version. So it gives you a choice here between screen and print. So again, you can go ahead and determine whether you want to work in inches, centimeters, pixels. Your DPI is here, and your canvas size is here. So I believe this is where you can name if you're going to do a custom size artboard, and then again you can click your canvas here. So you've got all these different canvases already available to you. You've got a canvas color, obviously that would be a flat background. I do want to point out that this program is also for acrylic use as well, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just taken back by the awesome look of the watercolor in here. It's crazy. So I'm just going to stick with this one here, and we'll go ahead and do an OK. So we're going to open up to a new artboard, and over here are your tools. So you can see here are the watercolor brushes here, and then here's the acrylic. Again, I have not really done a whole lot with the acrylic yet. That is something that I'll probably get into after I feel comfortable with the watercolor portion of it. You've got your color sets, your layers, and then your properties are here, and this is all your brushes are down here. You can also create new brushes, and again, that'll be something that I will go into later once I completely understand it. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys how awesome this looks. So right away you can see that it's starting to blend nicely just on its own. If I come up here and pause this, that's going to actually pause the blending of the watercolor. Right here, I believe this is a wet the layer, dry the layer, and then this is a fast dry. So once you're happy with how it's moving and you want to stop it right here, you just go ahead and click the dry and it'll stop. You can see here to show wet. So anything this color right here is wet. Once we dry this layer, that will all disappear and you won't see that anymore. So because I have my tilt right over here in the upper right, you can see that all of the water is going to be blown or moved into that side or that way. If I move it left, obviously it's going to go that way. So there's also a blow function up here, and you can determine where you want this to blow from. So if I started painting like right here, you can see that water and paint is going to start to blow down in the direction of my tilt. So again, once you're done, you can stop it just like that, and it'll pause. If you want to keep going, just unpause that, and it'll keep moving. But once you click dry, it's pretty much that's it. So it's done. I don't believe so far in my working with this that you can get it back. Once it's dry, it's dry. But I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. So again, back to my acrylic brushes. I've got a bunch of different brushes already to start with, and if I didn't already mention it, you can create your own, which I have not gotten into yet. So I'm going to just kind of show you how realistic this looks and how it blends just perfectly on its own. Really no other brush that you need to blend or smudge or anything like that. It kind of just does it on its own. Okay, so that's the mop brush. the round brushes here. Again, you can see how it's slowly blending. We'll go ahead and wet the layer. And if you can see here, let me pull this back in a little bit. You can see now how it's blending nicely right here. We can go ahead, and if we want to do maybe blow some of these out, we can have it kind of dripping down. And you just do it where you want it. So if I just come in here and, you know, brush across, it's going to start to blow the paint in that direction. So again, same here. If I just start to blow this down, we can do that. So we can kind of start this over again here in the green if we want the green to come down a little bit further. But again, if we move the tilt, you'll see that our paint is starting to move in that direction as well. So it's almost like if you're working with real watercolor, that if you turn your paper, obviously, a different way, it's going to run in that direction. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear this. One more thing I want to show you guys really quick, which I think is really cool about this, is there's a stencil area where you can create your own stencils, or you can use the already created stencils that come with the program. I went ahead and created a couple stencils of my own. These are just things that I created in Illustrator, and I just brought them in, and it automatically creates the stencils for you. So once you go in here and click Create Stencil, you can create it from any of these 4 options here. Okay, so once I have this in here, I can go ahead and go back to my properties, make sure I'm on my watercolor brush, and just come in and pull my color in. So let's just, we'll do a yellow. And don't worry about going out of the stencil. It's not that big of a deal because we can always grab our eraser and just delete that. So let's throw some purple in down here and let this go. So let's, I'll pull this in a little bit so you guys can see it and how that's starting to really blend. It's not super fast, and that's what I like about this, is the process is pretty slow. So if you see something that you really like and you like the way it looks, you can go ahead and stop this and pause it and see if that's really what you like, and you can go ahead and save it. If you don't, go ahead and click play again, and it'll continue blending in until you get the look that you want. So anyway, but we can go ahead, and if you want to do more blending, you can just go ahead and grab your smudge tool. And we'll pull this up. So maybe we'll try something like this. So again, if you want to smudge it, you can. And just come in and smudge it wherever it needs it. And then I'm just going to go back to my watercolor brush. I'm going to go ahead and stop this here. I'm going to remove my stencil, and then I can go ahead and take a look at what it looks like. And I really like that. I'm going to just erase part of this here. And then this. Okay, so everything looks good. I think it's done. Let's go ahead and dry this. And you can tell if it's dry if you click this here. If it was wet, you'd see it would change a color. I think it's like a blue or a gray. If it's still wet and blending. If not, it just stays the same. So everything is dry, nothing is moving, and we're done. So this is our final piece, and we can go ahead and save this. So if I do a save as, I can do a Rebelle file, I can do a PSD, PNG, JPEG, pretty much your basic formats. What I like to do, and what I did, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that I posted something last night, and it was the same umbrella, but it was a different color. So what I did is I just took this into Photoshop, removed the background, and I kept the same nice texture and colors that I had, worked in here. So there was no overlays, no added texture that I had to, add to it. It was already done. I just wanted to cut this out so I had its own piece. So anyway, that is just a look at Rebelle 3. Guys, this is an awesome program. I do not think that they have a version for iPad at all. I believe it's just for desktop or Mac. PC and Mac is what it's for, but again, if you are into watercolor, I think that this is the program. So anyway, if you have any other questions, let me know. Again, I'm still learning this program, but it's very simple. The more I see it, if you've worked with Photoshop or Procreate or anything like that, you're going to be fine using this. It's quite an easy program. So anyway, that's it. I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Thanks. Bye.